Welcome to Dustin's Vinyl. And here's your host, Dustin Chafin.
Oh, thank you. Anthony Kapfer, everybody. I feel like you've gone through puberty on this show.
What do you mean?
Your voice matured so much over the past year. Wow. You got hairy armpits and everything.
It's the beard.
Got the beard coming in. Going, just embracing the gray. Good for you, buddy. I
For now.
Do it. I tried. I couldn't do it. I was like, yeah. It's bravery, though. That's the new bravery.
Yeah.
Just let it fly, baby.
Just let it all hang out.
I'm just sitting there. There's nothing sadder. You're just looking at your face and you just watch it go dark, and you're just like, Then you forget to like wipe it, so you're just walking around. And you got like a dark thing, magic marker on the back of your ear. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
The sad part is when the grays start coming back in.
Yeah, well, you fight them. You fight them. You fight them. You fight those grays. It's like kids on your lawn. Get off my lawn.
Get off my face. You're like, I just did this 5 days ago. What is this? I gotta paint my face every week.
No, I only paint my face twice a week. You got to get the good stuff.
Oh,
I get organic stuff. I get the good stuff. Yeah, not that just for men stuff. That's for amateur hour.
Just for men is for the birds.
That's for the birds. I don't know if birds use it, but that would be weird. They got those gray feathers,
Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
Ooh,
life is better now. It's so much better now. So much better. So, cool. So, let's see. What's how you been? You good? Been going crazy? Hanging out?
Yeah, always going crazy.
Yeah?
I've been building some guitars.
Building guitars. I like it. I'm gonna start building microphones. I like it.
Yeah. The other day I was in an Uber. And this guy was he was just chatting the whole way, giving LA history, and turns out he's a comedian.
Oh,
he's like, my picture's up at the Comedy Store.
Really?
So I got his information, and he was like, you got to do some show. I forget what show. So anyway, he put me. He did an email introduction to whoever books the show that I'm supposed to be doing out here.
Okay.
And never heard back.
Are you gonna drop his name or no?
It was Ron Lynch.
Lynch. I don't know.
I forget the name of the show. Today, tomorrow, something like that.
Okay. His name is at the Comedy Store. Is like
the show's not. I don't think at the Comedy Store, but he was like, my picture's up on the wall. Yeah,
that's wow. What a drop, huh?
Yeah.
No,
so I was like, man, this is great. This Uber is good. I'm networking. And then he did the email intro, and then just that guy never responded. But now I am on this guy's mailing list.
Hey, and now you know all the shows that are happening.
Yeah.
You get all the events, the event calendar. Yeah. That's good.
So I'm out there,
You're out there. Well, you never know, You never know who's going to that was close. Hey, it might work out. You never know. You got to give people, give people a little bit of time. You can't give up on, one week or whatever. You gotta do the follow up. That's the key.
It's been 1 week. Yeah. I'll email in another week or two. I'll be like, hey, what's up?
It's been 1 week. Is that what that song's about? Like people not booking you at a comedy show?
It's about meeting somebody in an Uber. They really talk themselves up, and then they do the intro, and the other person could not care less.
Well, first of all, think about that phrase. Someone who was driving the Uber talked themselves up. So there's your problem right there.
Yeah. Well, I had a feeling that the Uber driver wasn't. But, I mean, times are tough for artists. I didn't want to
I'm not judging.
I didn't want to assume that the Uber driver didn't have so much pull. But turns out the Uber driver not so much pull.
I get it. I had to run a comedy club. I get it. It's tough out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I got to build guitars. So.
Yeah. I get it. Well, thank God Jay pays me a great salary to be on this show, so I don't have to do anything. He would if he could. He would if he could. All right, let's bring up the other ding dongs on this show. Adam Schultz and Jeffrey Paul, everybody. The ding dong quadruplets. Call ourselves the Ding Dongs. That's our band name, the Ding Dongs.
Dustin and the Ding Dongs.
Dustin and the Ding Dongs.
What's up, Dustin? What's up, Ivan?
Who's Ivan?
Oh, isn't that Ivan Tretiak?
You talking
I don't understand the reference.
Oh, his shirt. You talking about his shirt?
No. The shirt is Tony Clifton. Did you guys ever see the movie The Saint?
No.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Val Kilmer?
Yes. You look like the Russian oligarch.
Oh, I do. Oh, with the glasses and
not
stuff?
you.
Oh.
No, Anthony does.
Oh, I do?
Yes, because you guys were talking about the beard and the gray in the beard.
Oh, okay.
And it made me think about this character. He's a great character.
Oh, I'm a great character.
You are a great character. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
If I was in LA and I had a club, I would
take it down a
you.
notch.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's missing.
That's
Hey,
right.
Ron Lynch, if you're watching, what's the deal? I'm funny.
It's not him. It's the other people. Yeah, it is. I do that all the time. I give people Ryan DeCallis' email, and then he never emails them back.
No,
Ryan always loses
Ron
his
Lynch was
phone.
the guy with the show. The Uber driver, I didn't name him.
Oh, okay. Oh, Lynch is the guy with the show.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to tell me who the guy is after the show. We don't want to rat him out. But, okay. So it might be somebody I know. All right.
Maybe.
And I could get involved, and then we could just do this whole thing. It'll be great. I want to get involved. I want to make this a whole complicated. I want it to be a happy ending with the Uber driver. I want it to be a five-star experience for you.
I tipped him.
Because this is a happy show. That's why.
I don't usually. You guys tip for Ubers. I usually don't do an additional tip, but this time I tipped him.
Yeah. I always tip. We're classy people. Yeah, Jeff has a Mercedes, so he doesn't tip, and then Adam has a bleeding heart, so he tips, and I'm just all around cool dude. So of course
you didn't used to have to tip in an Uber.
You should always tip. You never tipped cab drivers?
Well, yeah, I always tip cab drivers.
Yeah, because it was confrontational. Because there was like the exchange was actually with the person. Yeah. Where you can just skip out of the car and not tip, and nobody's gonna yell at you. That's why you don't tip. What's the difference? There's no difference between a cab and an Uber except an app, really. So that's hilarious. Yeah. That's exactly what you do. The confrontation. You're like, oh, I'll tip you. But when you could just you're like, oh, I'm not gonna tip.
Who's gonna know?
He's going to know. She's going to know later.
That's true. And then they know where you live. So,
yeah, why would you not tip? I mean, it's like, I don't do what they tell me to do. Like, here's the thing with tipping. It's like,
okay, Rage Against the Machine.
Do what you tell me. Yeah, but it's like, I don't want you 18%. I don't want you 15%. But like 7-Eleven or wherever, some crappy place. If the person's really nice to me at a traditional place that you really shouldn't tip, but like a counter, you know what I mean? At Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. But if the person's really nice and cool and whatever, I'll do $1, maybe $2 if they're really cool.
I do that too. Coffee or whatever.
Okay. Well, $1's fine. But when you accidentally put 18% or something and then it's like $7, you're like, whoa, wait, what's happening? And you just it just happened so fast and you just hit it and then you didn't realize it was going to be over $5. And you're like, dude, this is like, we're standing at a counter. I don't need to be giving you $7, But
if you go to a stadium now, there's no cash. So you got to put everything on your card. And one of the things that always pops up is how much you want to tip. Basically, all you're doing is you're getting the food and you're paying, they're telling you put the card in and you're supposed to tip. I won't tip on that at all.
Yeah. At a baseball game? I mean, the food is already overpriced.
Any venue.
Yeah.
Whether it's a baseball game or Madison Square Garden, you're grabbing the beer yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have to pay with a card. And then there's an option to tip. What are you tipping over? That's not what tipping's supposed to be about.
Yeah, I mean, there's I mean, they're at a baseball game behind a concession stand. They could probably use a little extra money. So I think that's what they're getting at. Maybe I don't know.
They should get it from the ball players. Am I right?
Huh?
But what you go back to what you said, like, if there was a cup to put in, maybe you give them like, the $1 or $2. But when you're adding 18 to 20% on something that costs you $40, is that really worth it? That's insane.
Yeah,
no way.
It's definitely not worth it.
Not gonna do it.
I need gas for my Mercedes.
I mean, I tried to tip a guy the other day at a comedy club, and he wouldn't take it. He says, "I don't take tips. I get a salary." So I was just like, I never do tips. And so it was like, I almost insulted him because I was going to tip him out. And I was like, all right.
Wow.
What were you tipping him for?
Food.
Oh.
Handy in the bathroom. Food. Like, he was giving me food at a comedy club. And
finger food.
You get free food. So I was like, all right. But then and he went out of his way. Like, it was like 4 minutes before the kitchen was about to close. Like, it was, he's doing me a favor. So I was going to tip him out. I was like, thanks, man. And he's like, nah, man, I get a salary, so I don't need your tip, whatever. Like, I don't know. Some people.
See, that's the perfect time to be tipping. They went out of their way. They accommodated you, and you appreciate it. So you tip them, of course.
Yeah. It's like a whole thing. How about you, Adam? You have any feelings on tipping? When you were a male stripper, did you get extra tips or what?
A lot of singles.
Yeah.
But,
a lot of change.
Nickels.
I got nickels once. We're doing that again. Cool. Did you guys hit record stores of the weekend? I did.
Oh.
I was in Colorado Springs. I was headlining out there. That was a lot of fun. Had great shows. And I went to a place called the Leech Pit Record Shop. Shout out to the Leech Pit Record Shop in Colorado Springs. Pretty cool place. It's kind of like a place that had, the vintage clothing and like toys and all that stuff. But they had a really good record section and stuff. So let's see. What did we get here? We got a classic. We got the old Metallica. Ride the Lightning.
Ride the Lightning. Great album.
Bell's Toe. And it's just good. I only have one Metallica album, and it's like that new one that came out like right before. I don't know. It's like,
is it Death Magnetic or one of those newer ones?
The new one. Was it
newer, not the brand new one, but the one before this last one. It's like I forget what it's called, but it's like
I forget.
It's okay, but anyway, I want to get more of the classic ones, and this is definitely a great one.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
that one, Master of Puppets, is great. And Justice for All.
Kill 'Em All that stuff.
Kill 'Em All's great.
All that.
Ride the Lightning.
That's good stuff.
He has Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, and we got what else we got here? This is a good one. The Ventures, a little surf rock for you.
Surf, yeah, I love that surf.
Good stuff. It's good. It's got some, I guess, kind of cover stuff, but they're doing it all in, instrumental surf rock stuff. Flights of Fantasy, Green Light, so stuff. Songs that I don't know. Mighty Quinn, the Eskimo, or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's good time. It's good stuff. It's a little more 60s than I thought, But some surf rock sounds like it's
Scarborough
really timeless.
Fair's on it.
Huh?
Scarborough Fair.
Oh, you know that one? What's that?
Yeah,
What's
you
that
know it too. It's Simon and Garfunkel.
Yep.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, do it. I don't know. Anyway, it's good stuff. Then we got this is a great album. Go Bordello. I don't know if you guys know these guys.
Oh yeah, I know
them. A punk band from Manhattan, New York. This is kind of a tribute to the Ukrainian problem and stuff. And this is a great. I mean, I didn't realize how good this album was. I mean, these guys are like, I would say close to the Clash, man. I mean, they're very, talented. The guy's playing a violin. It's like punk. There's a lot of good music happening in this sound. This is very sophisticated punk, which I love. And this is a great album, top to bottom, man. I really like this album. I was like taking a risk on it. You got the yellow. I love the color vinyl.
Colored vinyl.
Really good. Really good. Recommend this. I don't know if you know them, Jeff. Jeff might even like this band. Check them out, Jeff.
They're a great live band too.
Have you seen them live?
Yeah, I saw them live at it was one of the festivals years ago. And yeah, nice. It's such a great show. Yeah,
they're great. I had no idea. It's like what I like to do at a record store is like I go through records that I think I want, and I, see if they have them. I mean, that's the first phase of the record store. And then the second phase is like, this is hilarious. I stalk the youth. I see what they're looking at. I overhear them talking. You see a cool little punk rock couple. They're like, PJ Harvey admitted it. He was talking about stuff. I'm like, okay. I'll look around. They're just looking at stuff. And I'll just hear things they say. I'll be like, let me see what they're checking out. And so that's a fun thing to do. And then I'll just kind of like, just see what they have. But anyway, and that's just kind of, I saw a kid he looked at, and then I go, oh, yeah, I heard of this band. And then I just kind of bought it. It was cool. And the last one I got was a band that I found all on my own, which is Viagra Boys.
Yep.
And we talked about we talked about them, and I think we covered this album. But this is great.
Yeah, it's a great
one. So good. It really is. It's so good.
I was pleasantly surprised with that one.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect with that name. The name it could go either way.
Well, they're a Swedish band. So the name Viagra is probably more kitschy because of, they're not from America. And then they were trying to decide, they wanted something with boys, and they wanted something that was ridiculous. They did. I was reading about it, and they were just like, well, what's boy? And sure, somebody was like, Viagra Boys. And then everybody started laughing, and they're like, that's the name. Well, they have a sense of humor. A lot of their music. I mean, they did a thing on the, vaccines, growing tails and stuff, and all the chips and the vaccines. So they have a good sense of humor. And when you see this cover, they got a dude doing cocaine, and so nice. it's hilarious. This is great.
Vaccine Boys,
huh? The Vaccine Boys.
The Vaccine Boys.
Yeah, but Viagra Boys, I like it. That's like I think it's like we all
sounds kitschy.
It's good, exactly. It's like it works. It works for a Swedish punk band. And they're blowing up, man. They're becoming they're playing big arenas and theaters and stuff now. So
they're playing. I think they're playing Riot Fest in September, which is going to be a pretty big punk festival. And you also have Corey Feldman playing there.
Where's that going to be? I would go just to see Corey, just to get a T-shirt. I would rock a Corey Feldman rock T-shirt. That would be hilarious. When is that? That's in
I think it's September. Chicago. I'm pretty sure that's where I think it's Foo Fighters are headlining. Maybe The Cure. There was. I mean, the list was great for bands. I know the Interrupters are playing. We covered them a few weeks ago, and
pretty good.
Frank Turner's playing there. There's a lot of great bands.
Oh, that's fun. Isn't The Cure? They're doing just a regular tour, aren't they? Just by themselves or something.
Yeah, they're doing 3 nights in arenas now.
Yeah,
they're playing multiple nights.
They just played Madison Square Garden too. But you know who else is playing?
Recently?
Who else is playing Riot Fest is the Bobby Lees.
Oh, nice. I just got tickets. They're going to be, I think, December 15th. They're back in LA. So
you're going to see him again?
Yeah, if my girlfriend can't do it, you're my backup, Anthony.
It was so much fun the first time. I'm an alternate this time.
Well, I got to offer it to my girl. She'll probably not be available. She's not, she's got a life, unlike us. We're around for concerts.
You know who's coming back?
Who's coming back?
For the 30th anniversary is 30th anniversary of Last Flash. The Breeders.
Nice.
Going on tour. They're coming to LA. And
are they coming to LA?
I forget when. October? November?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Something like that.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
I was thinking about going.
Live shows are back, man. I feel like, it's exciting to see.
We saw the Breeders together.
We did. We did see the Breeders together. I feel like we were dating after that. That's how it works when you go see the Breeders with a man. Just get married and adopt a child from a weird country. They were good. They were surprisingly better than I thought, and a little more hard rocker than I thought.
Yeah,
they were good.
Great show.
They got down. Yeah, that was fun. We see that with your cousin or something?
I think so.
Yeah, that was good.
A couple of friends, ran into some friends there. It's a good time, I think.
And you guys are going to the Counting Crows, Jeff? Yep. Is that what's happening?
I'm thinking about going tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go. I have season passes for PNC.
Oh, wow.
I pretty much come and go when I want. So I
don't
want to see.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go see Dashboard Confessional, but I do want to see some songs by Counting Crows. I looked up their set list. Look like they're playing a lot of good songs, so I'll probably check them out.
Opening season and closing with Mr. Jones.
there's
like another band you really like,
version.
Anthony?
Extended version.
Mr. Jones, I think, was a great song. They have
Song.
They have one other song that was not a single that I really liked.
Round Here, Adam Begins.
There are other singles I didn't love. Like was it Long December and all that?
That's off the second album.
Yeah. Well, that's
what was it, Einstein on the Beach?
Oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
That was on the DGC Rarities album.
That song is great. That might be my favorite song by them.
It's really good.
Mr. Jones also, just you can't deny it. That's so good.
It has a very Van Morrison type of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Is it? I got dragged to see them, and I was fighting it. It was like a industry person was like, "Hey, you want to come with me?" And I was like, "Yeah." They work for television, so I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll go." And I was just like, biting my lip the whole time. And but they were good. They were like they were way better than I thought. I was at a state fair, which was an interesting place to see them.
Yeah.
And the crowd was, it was a mature crowd or whatever, but there was, they were hip and stuff, and it was fun. Yeah, people were dancing around. I just didn't realize people were into them that much, like as much as they were. Like they had a hardcore fan base. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, their whole thing. See the shirt you're wearing there?
Whiskey Go-Go?
Yeah. Adam Duritz. He worked at the Whiskey Go-Go, being a bartender after the first album made it.
Okay. Is that where he worked? I heard something about that. That's great.
Yeah, he just kind of like needed a break from fame and people like coming at him, and he just wanted to just work a regular job and he just get himself together. He took a job at the Whiskey Go-Go, just slinging drinks.
That's like when Andy Kaufman was a busboy after Taxi blew up.
That's the greatest thing.
That was about a week, though. I think this guy had shifts. I think Andy was just like, this will be funny, and then I think this dude was like, all right, dude.
Yeah, Adam Duritz cleaned up vomit. Come on,
he's still working there now.
Yeah, he might be in between tours. He's just
he drives an Uber also.
And kind of brings up the hopes of comics.
You imagine? It's like, that was your Uber driver, Anthony? You're like, oh my God.
Think he ever picks up a guy named Mr. Jones?
Yeah, he just keeps playing it on a loop.
He's got to sing
That'd be funny. I was in an Uber one time, and a guy kept playing his music like on a loop, and it was just like, yo, I'm a hip hop, and he put it in, and I was like, okay. And he just kept playing it, and I was like, all right, dude. And it was a long Uber drive. It was like 30 minutes to the airport kind of thing or something, and it was just like, oh my God, I didn't think it was ever going to stop, and it was not good at all. And it was just.
Did he hit you up to buy the album?
Not really. It wasn't like that. He was just more like, people, I'm not trying to say this to be cool, but people look at me as, this guy probably has something to do with showbiz. And so he didn't know anything about me, but he, whatever. He just probably thought I might, be friends with a bass player or something, So, like, so this guy's cool. Let me show him my music.
You look like you would be in Counting Crows.
Maybe. I don't take that as an insult. I don't think that's an insult. I don't think Counting Crows.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to think of a band that you look.
I don't think Counting Crows. I don't think that's my stuff.
Anthony, what band does Dustin look like he would be in? If he was going to be the bass player,
I don't like this.
Maybe the Black Crows.
Yeah, I'm a little more bluesy than the Counting Crows. Yeah. How about No Crows? How can we just do a band where there's no crows involved? How about that?
No crows at all. Zero Crows is your band.
Zero Crows. Well, people always think I'm a musician, and then they're disappointed when I tell them I'm a comedian. They're always like, no jokes? Like jokes? You don't play a little guitar? And I was like, no,
I have the
that's my friend
problems.
Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you're a comedian? And then I have a guitar, and they're like, ooh, no thanks.
Yeah.
See yourself out.
See yourself out. See yourself out. Very cool. I don't even want to do the show. I just want to
this is better.
I just want to hang out.
Adam looks like he'd play drums in Taylor Swift.
Don't take that from him. Don't take that from him. All right, stop it. Well, you look like.
Come on.
Jeff, what band does Jeff look like? Anybody? If you're out there watching the show, please hit us in the chat. So if Jeff was in a band, which band would he be in? What does he look like? What band does he look like he would be in? I love how you're the only one that's going to get it. Hopefully somebody responds to us. Anybody out there? Hello. Twitch, anybody? Jeff, he's in a band. Name that band. A current band, a band that's happening. Or it could be a dead people band. We don't care. That's probably makes more sense.
Right.
We want Erasure. Is that what I read? All right.
Erasure.
Erasure. Pet Shop Boys.
I was wearing a Pet Shop Boy shirt all day today.
I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Madness?
No, he's like
Madness, really?
Madness.
So?
Not even close.
Do I look like I'm like?
I look like Madness.
Yeah, do I look like an urban English guy?
Yeah, Madness. Anthony's
Cockney accent. Hello.
not even close. Oh, here we go. The Monkees cover band. Hilarious. That's about right.
The Monkees
Evil
spelled
Dave,
correctly.
evil but nice Dave said the Monkees cover band. That's my favorite. You're my
that's
best
great.
friend forever. I love that. That's so funny. And I don't, not even the Monkees, a cover band. That's the best one.
I don't even get the regular monkeys.
Which
Thanks,
is basically
Evil
a
Dave.
cover band. So,
Yeah.
so a cover band on top of a cover band. That works. They're having a good time though. Those monkey kids are having a good time.
They're dead mostly.
Are they all dead?
Three
I
of
think
them.
one of them, one I think is still alive.
One is still alive.
So they're not touring. That doesn't stop
No, they are
anybody
touring.
else.
He is touring.
Is
he
he?
is touring under the Monkees moniker.
Oh wow! I knew that when there was two of them, they still were.
Now still doing it.
But wow,
There's no rules with that, man. The Beach Boys were over here in Hollywood Bowl. I mean, how many of them are alive?
and they do two versions of the Beach Boys. They
Well,
got
is
the
Brian
Mike
Wilson
Love.
back with them?
I don't
No,
think
no.
so. I think there's two
No, I
versions.
think he just goes, I think, solo.
I
There's
think
the-
there are
Oh, okay.
more original Beach Boys in Mike Love's band because Al Jardine is with them, as opposed to the other Beach Boys, which is just Mike Love.
Well, Al Jardine plays with
Brian
Brian
Wilson.
Wilson also.
That's what That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Like 5 seconds ago. Yeah.
But you said
Oh,
Mike
there's a
Love
Mike
twice.
Love, yeah.
Yeah, get it right, buddy.
Brian Wilson. But Brian Wilson is the brains. So I would want to see
Of
the
course.
Brian Wilson version. I don't
Of
care
course.
who the other guys are. If there's Brian Wilson, that's enough for me.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like Guns N' Roses with Slash is way better than without Slash because he's the soul of the
You
band.
didn't like Buckethead?
No. I mean, I don't know. I didn't even know what that was. And then everybody was making a big deal about him. I
There's
was,
a guy with the Kentucky Fried Chicken hat on.
He's a great guitar player.
He is. Well, Bumblefoot. Did you like Bumblefoot?
I kind of knew Bumblefoot.
You knew Bumblefoot?
Yeah. I was the drummer in a band, and Bumblefoot produced one of their albums before I joined. So he used to hang around with them sometimes, and we played some shows with Bumblefoot and his band, and he came and he joined us for a few songs a few times.
That's pretty cool.
At some gigs, yeah.
cool. This is not the chicken fried hat.
No,
dude.
he's a
It's another
different.
guy.
He's similar. It's
Okay.
another shredder, but with a silly
he wears
name.
Popeyes. He wears a Popeyes.
Yeah, he's a Popeyes dude.
Popeyes.
I like Jack in the Box fingers. He's good.
Finger licking good.
Yeah, that guy is good.
Don't you disrespect Jack in the Box. They're the best
That's an LA thing.
$2 tacos in the game. The best $2
I had Jack in
tacos
the
in the
Box
game.
last week.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Burger King teeth. You know, he's good.
Burger King tea.
That guy's, he can play.
Yeah. How about Wendy's? I don't know.
Wendy's foot.
Wendy's foot. That's it. Wendy's foot.
Yeah, Wendy's foot.
I forgot what we were doing. I knew we were doing names of places. I didn't know what the other part was.
Okay, well, we're just about to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Evil Dave, for comments.
Yes.
Monkeys.
Anybody got any more comments? Let us know. What band does Adam look like he should be in? Which you do everybody here on the show. That's fair enough. So Jeff is a Monkees cover band.
Monkees cover band.
What is Adam? What is Anthony? And I guess you could say me, but be careful because I'm a little crazy. So we'll do me, Anthony, and Adam. What bands are we in? All right, everybody, welcome back to the Love Show. This is part 2 of the Love Show. It's where we try to be positive. And out of nowhere, I like to throw things into the loop of the show just so everybody has more to do, and they get mad at me because I always add songs and things to the element of the shows. This, I don't know how much it goes with the show because I don't know how many people are actually going to like it, but Fall Out Boy, which is a band I don't even really, the Centuries, is that their big song? I don't know. But We Didn't Start the Fire, the big Billy Joel song, has been in our heads for the beginning of ever since we heard it. You can't get rid of it. Like, it's one of those songs, Elton John, Marilyn Monroe, and it's just like one of these songs where he's repeating a whole bunch of stuff that's of his era, and about his life of, the news cycle and history and wars and technology and famous people and all this stuff. And it's a pretty catchy kind of song in the sense of like, it's fast and whatever. It's different from what Billy Joel normally does. And so I think when it came out, it was kind of like it was a kind of a monumental thing for him because it was something kind of fresh and crazy. And I think it got really popular and stuff. And the video was kind of cool and stuff. And then Fall Out Boy did their version of it. And they did it's nothing musically challenging in the sense they're still doing We Got, Didn't Start the Fire or whatever. But they did lyrics that were more updated, which I thought were kind of funny. And I think I listened to it and I enjoyed it. Because it's like, first of all, the balls to do something like this and to because everybody's sacred to Billy Joel that likes Billy Joel. And so to do this, I think is hilarious. I was thinking Anthony should do one. Like, I loved it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was silly. I don't think they were taking themselves that serious. When you say like YouTube ruined MTV and you got MySpace references and, like you're talking about Tiger Woods, when you're doing, it's like you're not taking yourself that serious. So for people
Kurt
to go.
Cobain, Pokemon.
Yes, it was great. It's like, come on. So anyway, I enjoyed it. I was trying to pull up one of the lyrics, but I thought it was, it was enjoyable. It wasn't like, I don't expect much from a situation like this where somebody's covering this. Yeah, it was deep fakes, earthquakes, Iceland volcano, Oklahoma City bomb, Kurt Cobain, Pokemon, Tiger Woods, MySpace, it was Harry Potter. I mean, come on. So anyway, I thought it was enjoyable in the sense of like, oh, this is kind of funny. I think if you were to take it serious, it would be terrible. If you were to be like, they're, trying to get a Grammy or something, like that's not what's happening here. I think it's just more of a goof. That's what I think. I don't know. Curious to see what you guys think, but it's a love episode. So I want you to be honest what you feel, and then something positive about it as well. All right, we'll start with you, Anthony.
I agree that it is ballsy. I like that somebody has attempted to update it. But I feel like, so in the original, he mentions Richard Nixon, right? And then later in the song, he goes, Richard Nixon back again, right? In this updated version, I feel like it was a complete missed opportunity that he didn't mention. So he mentions Trump, but he should have been like, Donald Trump gets impeached, and then later, Donald Trump impeached again. It fits.
I got
How do you not put that in there?
Yeah, the missed opportunity.
So that was my major. Also, it did feel like a goof, but then some of the things that were referenced were like pretty heavy, like. What was it like? It was like World Trade Second Plane. It's like, come on, whoa.
What else do I have to say?
Is this a goof or because it gets pretty intense at times. So it's
but even our intense things aren't intense anymore. And like, I mean, it's like all these things. To me, it sounded like just a thread on social media. That's what it sounded like, people just kind of like fighting on social media, because that's second plane. That doesn't do anything to anybody anymore. It should, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? That doesn't affect anyone. It should, but it doesn't. I mean, people.
Pete Davidson, maybe.
Not at all. He makes fun of it more than anybody. And he loves it when people talk about the death of his father. Like you watch those roasts. But it doesn't do anything for that kid. Are you kidding me? Maybe makes him do more drugs, but he didn't care. But I don't think that that stuff has the power it used to have. And so, that's all I'm saying. And so I don't know. Jeff, what do you think about it?
I didn't think it was a goof. I thought it was kind of like a sequel. I think it was an updated sequel. I thought it, because the original had come out over 30 years earlier. So I just thought they kind of updated it musically, sped it up a little bit. I mean, it's the same tune. It's the same melody and everything. I thought the references they used, they were fine. They're of the time. They picked up right where the other one left off, because the other one left off really at the beginning of the or the end of the 80s.
Yep.
And then this picked up kind of like late 90s into the 2000s, Michael Jackson dying. The one thing that I played this a lot, and yesterday I had a party at my house and I put this on as well. And
played it at a party.
4th of July yesterday. I had a big party at my house. Okay.
Yeah.
So people do, Anthony. They're not all just hanging out in their house crying.
Playing this at the party.
Yeah. This was fun to play at the party. And everyone asked the same thing. They're like, does Billy Joel get royalties on this? Yeah. He does. It's the same exact song, but it was. But I think it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be terrible, but it wasn't. It was far from it. It was fine. It was an updated sequel, and we'll leave it at that.
Well, it is interesting that it says, like written by Billy Joel or whatever, but then they take the liberties to do all this stuff. I mean, can you do that? That's the question. I mean, can somebody just take a song and like the chorus is regular, but everything else is like made up? I mean, I don't know how you do that. I mean, Weird Al would do parodies, but I don't think this is a parody.
Didn't Puff Daddy do that with Every Breath You Take?
I mean, he took the chorus, but
It's the exact same. It's the exact same song.
Well, it's not the exact same song because
they just changed the verses.
The verse,
it's not the same song. The music's different.
The music's the same.
But the verses it's rapping. It's not taking the verses from the Police song and changing the lyrics.
These are
sampled. It's sampled. It's not.
These are different verses. But
different
the same
lyrics
chorus.
In the verses, but the melody
Puff Daddy
of
songs the same.
It's got to be difficult to do. You got to be able. You must have to pay your ass off for this because otherwise everybody would do this.
Well,
it can't be easy. It can't be an easy thing to pull off.
On Apple Music, it only said Billy Joel's name.
Doing it or easy paying for it because Puff Daddy has to pay like something like $1 million.
That's what I'm saying. And I can't imagine Fall Out Boy having that kind of money. They ain't got Puff Daddy money. I'll tell you that.
No, I believe they did this with Billy Joel's consent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
that would make sense.
Because then more eyes get back on Billy Joel because he's been with the youth and everything. So he probably it helps him in a way. Because then you realize how good his song is compared to this one. So you're like, oh, well, this is a better version. I guess.
Well, I think he's going to get a cut of this.
Of course. But I don't think this ain't making that much money.
Yeah, but it looks like he gets 100% of
downloads.
Yeah, maybe. Go ahead, Anthony.
I was just because on Apple Music, it's only his name. So whoever, if the singer from Fall Out Boy is the guy who rewrote the lyrics, his name's not anywhere. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. So, it was interesting. His name is not anywhere, which is
so it looks like Billy Joel would get all of the songwriting royalties, and then whatever the performance royalties are, I guess Fall Out Boy gets.
What do you mean performance royalties? Well, you talk about doing it live because then you could just do it live and you wouldn't have to record it.
No, I mean like when you have an album, there's two types of royalties. This was one of the reasons that Spotify removed comedy from their catalog was there's two kinds of royalties. There's the performance royalty and the songwriting royalty. So if you play, like if you sing on an album, you get paid for singing on it, and if you wrote the lyrics, you get paid.
I got you. Right.
So it's usually why the singer of the band gets paid a little more. Because they get both, usually.
Oh, nice.
I guess whoever wrote the song. Yeah.
Yeah, you wrote the song and you sang the song. So you're getting double royalties. So Billy Joel probably gets 100% of the songwriting royalties, even though the 80% of the lyrics are different.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird one. Adam, I know you had a lot of feelings about this.
Yep, and I'm trying to find a positive one.
Adam,
wow.
Adam, Adam was like, I got a lot of notes on this. I don't know how I feel about this. It's ruined my childhood. You're like, okay, all right.
That's
I thought this was, when this was coming in, I thought this was Anthony writing this. I was shocked this was Adam.
Well, I have a soft spot for the original "We Didn't Start the Fire." Even, and you know,
that's a Billy Joel dude, man. Come on.
Yeah. And you know, Billy Joel kind of denounced the song. Like, he said that this was a song that he wrote the lyrics for first and then set the melody, and he hated the melody afterwards. I don't even know if I haven't seen him in a while, so I don't know if he still plays it in concert or if he's been doing that during MSG.
Adam, I just saw him. This is the centerpiece of his show.
Oh, wow. I guess he likes it again, but it's
likes those royalty checks.
Well, you know, like when this song came out in, I think it was 88, I was in middle school, and I remember, I mean, this song was like a middle school, high school history teacher's wet dream. I mean, because now they're like, wow, they're like, Billy Joel is one of the biggest pop, rock stars in the world at that point. And this is actually getting people interested in history. And I remember we had to everybody in class, we had to take one of the lyrics or a couple of lyrics and write a paper on it, kind of research and write it. But I was actually, like, a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to one of my friends about this song, and I was wondering, I was like, why has nobody covered this? I mean, there's been a lot of parodies, but nobody's actually gone and done an update. So it was, I had no idea that Fall Out Boy did this until you sent the text out about it. And all right, so positive, I would say I do like the use of the guitars instead of the piano, instead of the keyboards and synths. So at least it doesn't sound so dated. But I mean, what throws me off at the beginning of it is is just how, you go from, I think it's Captain Planet, LA Riots, you're starting out, and then all of a sudden he goes Arab Spring, and it was like, oh shit, like, this is just not going chronologically. And it just gets jarring that the whole thing is
the original
just all over
go
the place.
Chronological?
Yeah, absolully. It started in the 50s and goes into
the it does, but ADD wasn't as bad then as it is now.
Well, I was thinking, like, I was thinking if this was like a statement on the internet and how the internet just killed our attention, then it would work. But at the same time, it just doesn't feel like, it feels like, what was the point of this? What was the point of this, of Fall Out Boy covering the song? And I know I read an article about it where Patrick Stump, the lead singer, said, he's like, yeah, we just thought it would be fun to cover. To update and cover We Didn't Start the Fire. So it kind of, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily goof. I think they are taking it serious. But I do have this quote that I saw in the article. It was this tweet that went out where somebody said, Fall Out Boy, We Didn't Start the Fire is pop punk's Gal Gadot Imagine video. And I feel like,
come on, no, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not as bad, but it is pretty cringy.
That was the most brutal thing I've ever seen.
What is it?
That was Gal Gadot's Imagine during COVID. Awful.
All the celebrities doing the Imagine.
That was so bad.
I don't think I saw it.
Oh man, that was rough.
That's out writing a Zoom album.
Cringe, as the kids say.
And I mean, like, in the original We Didn't Start the Fire was kind of cringy, but it did have, everything built up. Like, Billy Joel goes from 48 all the way up to 88. And it was to match he was 40 when he wrote the song, so it was to kind of match his age at that point. And so when he gets down to, what was the, JFK, Blown Away, What Else Do I Have to Say, at the midpoint, and he builds all the way up to the end where it says Rock and Roller Cola Wars, I Can't Take It Anymore. It makes sense. In this song, though, you have Fall Out Boy does it in the middle. So they reverse it, and they have Bush versus Gore, I Can't Take It Anymore. And at the end, the 9/11, so 9/11 closes it, and they do What Else Do I Have to Say? And it just feels weird. It feels just out of place there.
What more do I have to say, right?
You have to close with I Can't Take It Anymore.
I can't take it. That's right. You got to close with
right, because it built up to that point. And that was part of, the appeal of just having that in chronological order. So I think it was.
That's a good point.
If you don't take it serious, I guess it works. But if you're, I mean, there's also so many events. I mean, there's so many events they put on that were recent too. Like, they skipped over so much. They skipped over so much too. So many
when did
big
this
events
come out?
in the 90s.
Was this pre-COVID?
Last week.
There's no COVID reference, is there? I didn't remember a COVID reference.
That's a good
no, they
point
didn't.
too.
They skipped over COVID.
Skipped right over COVID.
Well, was that really a big thing?
COVID wasn't real.
There, but...
COVID wasn't real. Pokemon, on the other hand. All right, some of the lyrics.
This might be the only song that has a Pokemon lyric.
But it didn't have COVID, but it had Stranger Things, Tiger King.
And Tiger King, yeah.
Yeah, that's Tiger King. That was the COVID reference, right. Tiger King.
But that's interesting. Why would they leave out COVID? If you're going to name all the big events in the last 30 years.
It's got Sandy Hook, Columbine, Sandra Bland. It's got
QAnon, I think, was in there.
It doesn't
George
have OJ.
Floyd. I don't know. I mean, okay, first of all, it's like, it's kind of one of those things too, where it's just like, you do it, you write it out, you're trying to do this thing. It's like, you're going to miss stuff. It's easy for us to be like, these fucking assholes didn't put this in there. Yeah. But it's like, it's like easy after the fact. I mean,
Arab Spring is in there, but COVID is not.
Maybe it is in there. Maybe we're just missing it,
Well, I think what you said before by saying Stranger Things, Tiger King is kind of insinuating, because I mean those were just so big during COVID. But
but
I actually like it they didn't do COVID, because I'm so sick of COVID references. You ever see a comic on stage and they do a COVID reference? You're like, come on, dude, seriously.
Oh yeah,
nobody wants to hear that. Like, move on, dude.
Stop. But in a song like this,
right? But if you're going to list all the events in the last 30 years,
you're right.
Wouldn't you say this is kind of like a big one?
Right.
It's at least as big as Pokemon.
Right.
No, not as big as Pokemon, and it's fictional actually as Pokemon.
You're going to mention 9/11, but you're not going to mention COVID. Those are two biggest things in the last 20 years.
Okay, well, maybe there's a reason. Maybe Billy Joel said, "Hey, yo, don't bring up COVID, motherfucker." Who knows?
That does sound like something Billy Joel would say.
I think just the yo part.
Like they bring up what the hell was it? Balloon Boy. Like who?
Who's
like
Balloon
what was
Boy?
it? 2 days.
Balloon Boy.
Balloon Boy was the guy that the guy that sent the balloon up and said the kid was inside the balloon, but there was nobody in the balloon.
Oh,
remember, this was like years ago.
Oh, I don't know.
Why did they
obviously it was more important. It was obviously more important than COVID.
Right.
I don't know. I think that's maybe we should. I wonder if the internet is buzzing because they didn't add.
Is anybody actually talking about this song?
I haven't heard anybody. I didn't know it existed.
Breaking news. Us. We're the only ones.
You heard it here first.
We're the first one. You guys didn't even know. I just stumbled on it, and I was just like, "Oh, this will be interesting." And then
I didn't know it until you brought it up.
The only reason I know is because I read Cream magazine. So I know all the weird shit that's going on in music. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Fall Out Boy is big enough band to really like cause a stir about it. Like, I think if another band maybe was a little more popular, maybe.
They headlined a pretty big tour a couple of years ago. It was them, Weezer, and somebody else, and they were the headliners.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it was Green Day.
Green Day, you're right.
They headlined over Green Day?
It was all three of them headlining, I think.
I think
right, yeah, Weezer, Green Day.
I think they rotated who closed.
Oh, okay.
What was it called? It was like Mega something. I don't know.
Mega something.
It was last year because
Mega
I think I went to that over.
The COVID
no, I didn't go
Fest.
to that. I wound up going to see the stadium tour instead.
Well, that tour was supposed to happen right as COVID was happening, and it kept getting pushed back.
Right.
It was one of the first tours that I saw that was canceled.
Oh, you saw it?
No. I online.
Oh, okay.
I saw that it was supposed to happen, and it was one of the when like Green Day was announcing, they're like, "Hey, we're not doing this, guys." That was like one of the first big tours that I saw getting canceled in 2020.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, here's some interesting news. So who looks like the band they should be in, kind of thing here? We got Adam, Blink 182. That's
I'll take it.
That makes sense. And Anthony, of course, Foo Fighters. So
I see that.
He just got a Woody because of that.
There was a.
All right, who do I look like? What band am I in? Come on, guys, let's go. Come on, you get the Squidbillies. Come on, you got it. Figure it out.
I'm still a Monkeys cover band, really, guys.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best, dude. They crushed you. I love it. Backstreet Boys. What is that? Is that what I am? Oh, I'm Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
You're not even trying, dude. You're not even trying. You tried with Adam, and you were funny with Jeff, and then you definitely tried with Anthony. Try with me. Come on, guys. Whatever. Anyway, what song would need to be updated? Like if there was another song that could use an update. I wonder if there's like songs out there. I know this is like throwing our brains into like thinking on the spot.
Updated. I mean, like Bad Out of Hell was updated.
Bad Out of Hell?
Was it?
Yeah, well, the album, there was Bad Out of Hell, and then there was Bad Out of Hell 2, which came out almost close to 20 years. No, not even 20 years later, maybe about 17 years later.
I think we need a new wall or something like that. I feel like something like that. That's what we need.
I don't know. How do you touch that though? Who's gonna have the nerve to take on that album? That's almost like a perfect double album.
Well, didn't
all right, I'll do it.
You did do a Sopranos tune
that way.
You know what would be a cool? Because I always thought that We Didn't Start the Fire was like a kind of reference to It's the End of the World as we know it, and I Feel Fine.
Yeah, very similar.
Could be updated in a very similar way, especially because it's kind of literally the end of the world right now.
No, it's not. It is not. They've been saying that since like the 30s, dude. It's like we're still going. We're still going.
Dustin, maybe because me and you are just a little bit older than these two. But
hey, don't bring me into this. What?
But you would get this reference. Do you remember the Leonard Nimoy shows?
No.
In Search of?
No.
In Search of. I know, like In Search of Sasquatch.
Right.
And all that. Yeah.
Okay. No. Well, Leonard Nimoy used to host a bunch of these shows, and one of the shows was an episode on how the world's going to end by before 2000 because of the solar, the polar ice caps. This has been going on for years.
Well, they're still melting.
Y2K. I mean, that was supposed to be the meltdown of America. Exactly. And that's mentioned in the song, actually. Y2K is in this Fall Out Boy song.
But no COVID.
Here we go. Evil Dave says Dustin, saxophonist in the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. All right, I'll take that.
Have you ever had to knock on wood?
But I hate the saxophone. What?
Oh yeah, you hate the. Have you ever had to knock on wood?
Me?
Yeah. That's their song.
Oh.
Is it called Knock on Wood?
The impression
that I get. That's what he says. Never had to knock on wood.
I was like, yeah, I've done that before.
I know someone who has. Come on, you know.
I've knocked. I don't know that. I know they're kind of a fun ska band, but I'm not.
That's their one song. That's the only one that was. Yeah.
I think they have a couple songs.
That was a great song.
They have like a greatest hits.
Quintessential 90s.
Yeah. Cool. I got into ska for a second, but I don't know.
Yeah, Real Big
Specials,
Fish,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Specials.
Yeah. Goldfinger had a ska album that I liked.
Special was before them.
Yeah, Specials was like late 70s.
Specials, Madness, General Public almost.
And that swing music, that was fun too. Did you guys
know? Oh yeah, like in the 90s.
Voodoo Daddy.
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
That was a fun time.
It was a fun time because I'm a big fan of like dressing up and all that stuff, and it's like that's fun. The youth was actually giving a shit about what they look like. It was nice, and I'm a big fan of the chain wallet, which I think that was.
Oh, I love the chain wallet.
Yeah, I had one of those then.
These hats, forget it. Come on.
We mean you used to have one, Adam.
Yep.
Stand up.
I still got one.
I used to have one. I stopped doing the chain wallet. It was too much. And then I didn't have any money in it. It was weird. Like, what am I protecting? It's when they could be broke and have like chain wallet. Okay, somebody takes my wallet. Yeah. They're going to take your AAA card. Okay.
Did you guys ever see a movie called Swingers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, did we ever see a movie called Swing? What are you talking about?
I don't know if you guys saw Swingers.
You act like that was some Fellini piece. Of course we Swingers. It's on TBS every other Sunday. What are you talking about?
It's a film
have you guys ever seen Shawshank Redemption? Have you ever seen that?
Come on, it's not that.
It is. In our generation, it is. Absolutely. No, yes, it is.
You're going to compare that to Shawshank Redemption.
I'm going to compare it to everybody's seen it. Yeah. I'm not comparing the movie itself. Yes, the Swingers. Everybody's seen
huge
Swingers
when it came out.
It was gigantic.
Yeah.
It was an independent, but it was a huge independent. It was like Clerks. It was gigantic.
I saw that at one of the independent movie theaters in Manhattan. It wasn't playing at like a regular movie theater.
Neither was Clerks, but it was huge. I'm just saying, it was just like the DVD crushed. Trust me.
Anyway, that was the whole style. They all had like the wallets with the chains on it.
Yes, we know that because we've all seen the movie, so we do
I
know
wasn't
that.
sure if you've seen it.
Everybody on Twitch, Evil Dave, have you seen Swingers? That little movie, little tiny movie, launched one of the biggest stars in the world and the biggest director in the world. Yeah. Come on, let's go. I can't.
I thought this was more of a Star Wars.
It was supposed to be love. It got weird. All right, everybody. We had a bunch of songs we were going to do today, but we ran out of time because at Fall Out Boy, they started the fire. I think they did start the fire the second time. So we're gonna write in. We're gonna try to get him on the show and be like, "Why didn't you talk about COVID?" Missed opportunity there. You went Tiger King, but you didn't do Mask. Wearing mask. La la la.
I can't take it anymore. Come on.
Take my mask off. You're a whore. You know what I mean? Like, we could have figured it out. I think Anthony and I are going to rewrite the song. We might even do that. We're going to do it. We're going to rewrite the song.
I think in the next version, you open up with that lyric. I can't take it anymore. And then you take it from there.
Right?
I had an idea at the beginning of COVID to update the song, but just to put all the stuff that everybody was at home watching on Netflix.
That's funny.
Interesting. Yeah.
That was my concept. I never did it.
Yeah. Well, Fall Out Boy did a version of it. I think they were listening to you. You were like talking.
They
to
were
people
inside
about
my head.
They were inside your head. All right, everybody. That was our almost love show. And then we went another direction show. That's what we're going to call this one. But that's what I like about the show. We're loose. Yeah. We do whatever we want. We're rebels.
This is going to be a three-parter, huh?
Yeah, it's a three-parter. I like three-parters.
Until we start talking about Corey Feldman next week.
And then next week, why do you got to do that? All right, everybody. Thank you for watching us and listening to us on the podcast. Please subscribe and please give us some more downloads so we can make some mattress money or something. We want to get some sponsors in this thing. All right, everybody. Thank you, and we'll see you later. Anthony, give us some sort of. There it is. Rock and roll. We love you guys. Yay. Comedy Hub for life. For life. I'm getting a tattoo. Comedy Hub right there. See you guys.